Page mode versus block mode firmware algorithm. This presentation will explain the differences between the block mode and page mode firmware algorithms and the factors that affect their differences in behavior. Starting with the block mode, the mapping approach for block mode is one-to-one allocation. This means that the logical page 0 must be associated with the physical page 0. The logical page 1 must be associated with the physical page 1 in one physical block, and so on. On the other hand, the mapping approach for page mode is that the logical page could be associated with any physical page in any physical block. Behavior between page mode and block mode are affected by the following factors: random write performance, write amplification index, trim, and NCQ. Due to the one-to-one allocation mapping approach for block mode, the random write for 4K file size is worse than page mode. And in the case of write amplification index or WAI, especially for small and random write accesses, WAI of block mode is bigger. Page mapping will take advantage of the empty pages in using block, so it does not need to erase the entire block, making its WAI smaller than block mode. Trim is standard command from the host. It will designate the useless LBA range. After receiving the trim command, the firmware will remove the useless LBA mapping information from the firmware mapping table. Page mode supports trim, but block mode cannot support it. On this slide, we can see in detail how the trim process works. LUN stands for logical unit number. 1 LUN equals 4K. In Figure 1, LUN with data are colored in red. In Figure 2, the SSD receives trim command length 21, so LUN 10 to LUN 30 are marked as invalid data. In Figure 3, the invalid data are removed from the firmware table. Lastly, the NCQ process of the page mode is more effective than that of the block mode. On page mode, the firmware will initialize a multi-DMA to send or receive multi-commands of data, but on block mode, the firmware will initialize DMA one time only to send or receive one command of data. Thus, the command sequence on the block mode must be dealt with sequentially, but on the page mode, commands are dealt with by select sorting. Thank you.